Hey guys, it's Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. We've got a fun one today. We're going to learn how to play Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. A lot of cool guitar stuff in this, so we got a lot of stuff to learn here. I'm going to start here. We're going to go through the entire song. There's a couple of guitar solos even, so it's a lot of fun. Let's start here with that intro that I just played. We're in standard tuning here. It's gonna slide from 3 on the B string up to the 7th fret. Then you're gonna grab the 5th fret on the high E string. And you're gonna pick across from the 5th fret on the high E back to the 7 on the B a few times. And then you're gonna, instead of hitting the 5th fret on the high E, you're gonna hit the 7th once. So we have this. So it's basically rotating upstroke on the first string, downstroke on the second string, and you kind of muted, palm muting it. So you'll know when to put that on the 7th fret there, just if you just know the sound of the riff. Alright, then we get to the verse, which is kind of really mostly keyboards here, but we're going to be doing it on guitar. So open D string with the 2nd fret on the G and the B together, and then open D string again just with the open G and the open B. Doesn't get any easier than that, so like this. Now I like to keep that little pulse that they have continually going on the open D. Alright, so that's going on throughout the verse, and then the chorus, a lot of bar chords. Sounds like this. Alright, so we start with an E minor chord. Then you're going to just basically move these 2 fingers up 2 frets and then lay the bar across the 2nd fret there for an F sharp minor chord. Then up 1 fret and put your 2nd finger at the 4th fret there on the G string along with all these other notes you're already playing. You have a G major chord. Then go back to the chord you just played. So we have this. Alright, and now you're going to go back to the E minor, back to F sharp minor, back to the G, then end that by taking that 2 frets higher to A major. And then we're back to the verse. Alright, so we go back through that same stuff again. Now there's a bridge section real quick in this song that sounds like this. We're back to the chorus. So that's just a G. Now it's really kind of a G power chord. So how you're going to do that is just play it like a G major chord, but let the bottom of your middle finger mute the A string. So you're taking that note out makes it just a G power chord now, not a G major chord. And then to the D. Now same thing with the D here. You're not going to hit the 1st string. So you're just going to hit the D, the G, and the B string while holding that chord, so it makes it a D power chord. Then the A power chord, which is the open A string, 2nd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G. So that rings twice. You hit this twice, then twice on the A. Let the G ring. And then you're back to the chorus again. All right, so coming out of that chorus, we have the first guitar solo. So let me play through that real quick. Back to the chorus. So what he's doing, a lot of double stops here. We're just going to have a bar across the second fret on the G and the B at the second fret there. So we have that, and then he's going to be coming down with these two fingers, the fourth fret on the G, third fret on the B string. So he keeps it really muted and he slowly brings it in. So you're kind of palm muting and then slowly let go of that palm muting. Just rotating between those two chords. And then we're over to the... You can just leave this bar here at the second fret if you want, and then just pick the top two strings there, the third fret on the B, and you get the bar for the second fret on the high E. So that's a... Then over to the 4 and the 3 again. And then the 2s, and rotate between those two chords again. And then back to the top two strings, back to the 4 and 3, and then the 2s twice. And then real quick, you do a quick little, like we did to coming in to the song, the solo. Then you're going to jump up to the 10th fret. So the 10th fret on the B and the high E string 3 times, and then slide it down to 7. Then pick it twice, slide down to 5, pick it a couple times, and back to 7. And then you're going to go 5, 7. So you're doing the 2 5s with the bar there on the B and the high E. And then grab the 2 7s, and he does a quick shift here. What he's doing the 5 and the 7s, and then jumping back and grabbing the things we did at the beginning. Those two chords, so this. He goes really quick. All right, and then we have which is basically playing the same shapes we did earlier. And just from the top two strings to the second and third string. And back to the chords. All right. Now we basically when you're in this chorus here, it's kind of extended, and there's little guitar fills going on, more kind of things going on, but the chords are more apparent, so those are more important here. But then there's kind of a little fill that happens in there during this last chorus, which is the same thing that we did down here, but it's up here at the 10th fret. And then the chorus ends. And then we have this little... Now that's a pre-bend at the 5th fret on the B string, so bend it up a whole step, then pick it. Release it, and then 3, 5, and 3. Now just for that last chorus there, there's a lot going on. The chord progression repeats a lot. Where you think it's going to go to the A, it just goes back down to the E minor again and starts over. It's the same chords that we've been looking at, so it's just an extended chorus, so they just kind of repeat the chorus before ending it there. All right, so we have one little final outro solo, so we're going to kick in some distortion here, and we'll play this outro solo, which is pretty unorthodox. It's a pretty fun solo to play, so let me play through it real quick. All right, it kind of fades out there. It's really hard to hear anything else. All right, so let's start here with this. That's 10 on the high E string, 9 on the G, then 10 on the B string, back to 9 on the G, and then 11 twice on the G string. Then pick it and slide it down. Then we have this phrase. All right, so that's a fourth fret on the G string. Pick it a couple times and then do a quick little hammer, pull 5 to 4, over to 4 on the D string. I'm sorry, 7 on the D string. Then back to that 7, you go back to the 4, back to 7, so we have this. Then we have a quick little kind of bend and release at the 4th fret on the G, to 7 on the D, back to the 4 on the G, and then that's 7, 9 on the G, then a bend of that 9th fret. Next phrase. All right, so we have 7th fret on the G, then slide 5 to 7 on the D, then slide 8 to 10 on the B, over to 10 on the high E string, and do a quick little bend up and kill it. All right, next phrase. Kind of crazy stuff. So we have this kind of bend and release, whole step bend and release at the 7th fret on the G string, over to 7 on the D. Then the same thing at the 9, bend and release, then to the back to the 7 on the D. And then slide into the 11th fret with a half step bend there on the G string. Then pick it normal, 10 on the B, then 14, half step pre-bend, release, over the 11th fret on the G. So all together. Then the open G. While you're doing that, come back here to this 8th fret on the B, whole step bend, over to the 7th fret on the D string. All right, so it's a crazy solo, stuff all over the place. Kind of challenging because it's got a lot of crazy bends and weird techniques, and it really jumps all over the place. But it's a lot of fun as soon as you get it together. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.